This is as good as we're going to get for lighting today. I'm really sorry. I tried to do one yesterday and it didn't work very well. Okay, so today the plan is to do my rainbow makeup look. This is a bit tricky because it really requires you to blend very well, but it's not too bad. So let's just get started. I'm going to start with my Stila Tinted Moisturizer in Fair. I'm just going to put that all over my face, just with my fingers. I don't like using brushes. That's all it is, really simple. I put a little bit of extra on my problem areas, my nose and my chin. Now, you can see, based on the light here, that I'm very shiny. It's not quite so bad outside of this particular light, but it's bad. So, to cover that up, I use CoverGirl Professional Loose Powder, and this is in Translucent Fair, 105 if you go by numbers. I'm just going to shake it up, because I have my little powder puff, and just dab my face all over. And there. See the difference? I'm really not near as shiny. Oh, hair, get out of the way. Didn't do my hair today. I worked at 7:50 in the morning. There was no way I was doing my hair. Yeah, right. So, I'm going to start with my eyes now. And like always, Urban Decay Potion Primer. I'm sorry that all my labels are backwards. Just a little dab. And all over the eyelid. Now with this look in particular, whoops, that was a bit much. With this look in particular, you want to get it under your eye because that's where color is definitely going. So you don't want it to smear under there either. Once your primer is on, we're going to move on to eyeshadow. So I'm going to use my Coastal Scents 88 eyeshadow palette. You could use the shimmer if you wanted to, but with how colorful this look is, I don't. One qualm I have with this palette, the yellow is not pigmented at all. It's really bad. So with the yellow, I'm going to have to put a lot of layers on. So I'm going to start with the bright yellow. So the really bright yellow there. I'm going to work my way out. So if you think of Roy G. Biv, you know, the red, orange, yellow, blah, 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 we're going to go Roy G. Biv. Starting with the inside corner, we're going to take the yellow and go just in the corner, about a third of the way in, because we're going to have 3 colors. Turn the light on here. So I don't know if you can see that very well. It's not super pigmented. It actually looks better on the camera. So I'm going to put layers for sure. Okay, so there's my yellow. It's a little more than half, but because I'm blending, it's not that big of a deal. Okay, then I'm going to move on to orange. For orange, it's this one over here. So 3 down, 3 in, 3 down. Same brush. I'm going to dip it in. And then I'm just going to cover from, like, just the inner part. Just the inner part of my eyelid. I'm not going to go all the way to the edge. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I have the orange on the one side. I'm going to flip my brush around and I'm going to dip it in the yellow again. So that I have yellow on one side and orange on the other. See? And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put yellow and then orange and then yellow, just where the two colors meet. Like that. That way it's blended. What I do to brush off my brushes is I just go like this on my hand. I don't know if you're supposed to do that. It might be all bacteria filled, but that's what I do. And orange. Now red is a very difficult color to work with because it's usually very dark, it's usually very pigmented. I don't know, that might be too bright. Actually, no, that might be better. Okay, so it's very pigmented, so it's hard to deal with, but I'm going to work with this really deep dark red down at the bottom. And I'm just going to take a little tiny bit. You really don't need much at all. So just a little bit. That's even probably too much. I might have troubles. I'm just going to do it to the corner of your eye, and you're going to stop it right at the corner. You don't want it to go down into the bottom there. Okay. I'm not going to do the two-sided with this one because I'm scared that the red is going to go into the orange too much. So I'll blend that after I do the other side. Okay, so now I have the red on both sides. And to blend it a little better, I'm going to take my big fluffy brush and I'm just going to do little tiny circles right where the two colors meet. There, now it's blended nicely. So you have the red, and I'm actually going to take my fluffy brush and I'm just going to blend, like, just blend the crap out of everything on top, because with the contrasting colors you have to blend a lot. Seems uneven. Probably just the coloring though. Okay, now I'm going to put this brush away, and I'm going to take my pencil brush. So my little tiny one, make sure there isn't any black on there. If you have black tips on your brushes because you're lazy like me and you haven't washed them in a while, make sure you really rub them out on something. I use my hand. Probably should use like a cloth or something because the black can stay there forever and it can ruin a light color. I've had that happen. I've had to redo whole looks because of it. Okay, that should be okay. So again, we're going to go Roy G Biv. So you're going to get a green first. Any green will do. I'm going to use this green here. It's very classically green. A little lighter than Kelly green, I'd say. Haha, Kelly green. And what you're going to do is basically where the yellow sort of ends and blends in, that's how far out you're going to take your green from the corner of your eye. So a little pop of green. Pop o green. Okay. And then same brush, gonna find a blue. Deep dark blue at the bottom here. Again, the darker the color, the harder it'll be to work with, so make sure you do it lightly, you don't gob on a lot. And I'm gonna put it just where my orange goes from the yellow to the red. Making sure you really blend it into the green there. So we're gonna go for purple. Dark purple down at the bottom. Now I'm using very classic colors. You can always do more vibrant ones or more demurred ones depending on what you want the look to end up like. Pencil brush. And the corner of the eye. Okay, now with that purple, I'm going to keep my pencil brush, but I'm just going to blend it up into the red. It's easier to put the purple into the red than the red into the purple. So I'm just going to take it, and I'm just going to do the very, very far corner of mine, just a little tiny section of it. See, now you can see it's a little pinker there. And to highlight, big fluffy brush. With the rainbow, I don't like highlighting with a color necessarily, so I'm just going to use this color here. It's just a really, really light, like beigey, pinky kind of color. It's not really anything. Fluffy brush under the eyebrow bone. For liner, I'm using Urban Decay Perversion 24/7 Glide On. I'm just going to line the top of my eye, a thin, thin line, and then in my waterline. Okay? You probably can't see that. Let's do this. So I messed up a bit, so that line ended up being thicker than I wanted it to be, but whatevs. We're going to finish with mascara. I'm going to curl my lashes. This is a CoverGirl eyelash curler. It's not very expensive. It was like $8, something like that. So I'm just going to pinch as close as I can get without pinching my skin. Squeeze a little and hold for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And I'll take that mascara and away I go. Remember, tilt your head back, 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 and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Think of LMFAO. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yeah. I think I'm using the wrong mascara. I think this was my old one. I don't know. Somehow they both ended up in my bag. I don't know how I pulled that off. Paperclip, safety pin to split apart eyelashes that you don't want to be together. Okay, and just the bottom lashes very lightly. Woo! Just drop my pen there. Ooh, just drop my brush. And I'm just going to finish off with some blush. The blush that I use, I only have two, I'm just getting into blush. But I have Rimmel London Lasting Finish Blendable Powder Brush in the color Pink Rose. Pink Rose. I know that's backwards. I'm sorry. So I'm going to take my big, huge, floofy brush, dip it in, and the way I do it, blush is different for everybody. It depends on your face shape, but I definitely contour my face really bad right here, and I go up. I make fish face. So if you're like me, make a fish face. Okay? Even enough. And then because my eyes are so intense, I stick to something simple on my lips, so I have CoverGirl Wet Slicks. This is number 345, Peaches and Gleam. And there we go. How does it look? I'll try to get in some even light here. Kinda, sorta, maybe. That is my rainbow makeup look. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you want. I'll put out more eventually. Please bear with me. I'm sorry my lighting sucks. That is all. Doodles!